Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, more information on the Alec Baldwin shooting situation. This is from New York Post. Alec Baldwin, among those responsible for checking gun, Rust crew member, says. A location manager for the Rust movie, or Rust, says that at least 4 people are responsible for checking the weapon that killed cinematographer Halyna Hutchins, including gun-firing star Alec Baldwin. A massive mistake was made, Stacey Mickey Evans told Australia's 92.5 Triple M Gold Coast. There are massive protocols to stop these things from happening. There are multiple checks for it, she said Sunday. She noted that the armorist, assistant director, and the key grip are supposed to check the gun no matter what's going on set. So, assistant director, that's Dave Hall's. Key grip. And then very lastly, the actor checks the gun. The armorist, assistant director, and the key grip. So, Hannah Gutierrez Smith or Reed, Dave Halls, both of whom have made mistakes in other films where this sort of stuff has happened. And then the key grip. And very lastly, the actor checks the gun, she said of Baldwin, who was also one of the movie's executive producers. So there are 4 to 5 people in this stage, she said, but somehow there was a failure. Yeah, it's because of cutting corners. Mickey Evans says she finds it difficult to talk about the terrifying tragedy in which Baldwin killed Hutchins, 42, and injured 48-year-old director Joel Souza on Thursday. The shooting left blood splattered over the Hollywood star, who changed out of the Western outfit he was wearing into street clothing before talking to investigators. Law enforcement documents released Sunday showed his clothes were taken by investigators as evidence. This was obviously a real weapon, as this particular weapon was supposed to be loaded with blanks, the location manager told the Australian station podcast. That is what everyone thought. That it was checked and double checked and triple checked, supposedly. That obviously didn't happen, she says. Somewhere along the lines, it fell through the cracks, she said. A search warrant released Sunday says assistant director Dave Halls grabbed one of the 3 prop guns that was set up by the armorer, Hannah Gutierrez Reed, on a cart left outside the makeshift structure where the filming was being done. The cart is a gray in color rolling table with 2 layers and was left outside of the structure due to COVID-19 restrictions, the warrant says. Halls handed the gun to actor Alec Baldwin, yelled, "Cold gun," indicating the prop gun did not have any live rounds, the document says. It also is supposed to mean that there are no blank rounds in it either. And then they show a stupid-ass picture of Hannah Gutierrez Smith doing the cross gun thing here. She also pointed out that head armorer Hannah Gutierrez Reed was a rookie, but did not place responsibility on her. That's weird. The prop gun was fired by Baldwin, the document said, without any mention of anyone making safety checks on the weapon. After the deadly shooting, Baldwin gave the gun back to Gutierrez Reed, who took out the spent casing and then gave the weapon to deputies when they arrived, documents show. Removing evidence? You better have given the spent cartridge or the casing to the person as well. Or to the investigators. Baldwin then changed into street clothes prior to leaving the scene, with his old Western costume handed over with apparent bloodstains to the search warrant says. Mickey Evans noted that Gutierrez Reed, a 24-year-old former model in charge of weapons for only her second time, was very young. Does that mean she was the one that messed up? Not necessarily. instead ticking off the list of her other people, including Baldwin, who should have checked the gun. It doesn't matter. She's also an armorer. Her responsibility. She does bear responsibility. I'm sorry, but I will disagree with this person on that. But either way, what happened is a huge mistake and tragic, the location manager said. Mickey Evans noted how most of the movie crew also went on strike because of the unsafe work conditions. She also joined calls for real guns to be banned from TV and movie sets. Listen, we have computer-generated imagery. We have green screen. We can do all these things these days. Why do we actually have to have a weapon that is loaded on set with all these people around? We do a lot of dangerous stuff every single day. We blow things up. We land helicopters in the middle of roads. We do all kinds of stuff. But this is something that's unnecessary. She said using real guns as using real guns as props. Let's have fake weapons, rubber weapons, and use CGI. Well, I'm not an expert, but I do know that CGI is very expensive. Very expensive. Your modest budget wouldn't accommodate for it. But yeah, she's saying that it was an accident. Sure, it may have been an accident, but people still bear responsibility for what happened. A person died. Stacy Mickey Evans, the location manager, yeah, you are saying that everybody should have checked the damn gun who had hands on it, but still, people died, or a person died. And this does sound like it might be being used for a political stunt. We do not need to have live weapons on set. Yeah, I kind of see where you're going with that. I mean, your feelings are raw in the situation, so you kind of do have an inherent bias. But you know what? When you're trying to sell realism on film, you kind of need something that looks very real. Believe it or not, people can spot CGI weapons. It's very easy to spot. Now, am I trying to make light of what happened? No. It is very tragic that Halyna Hutchins lost her life. But the problem was not the fact that it was a real gun. The problem was the fact that nobody checked the weapon as it was being handed to 3 different people. Alec Baldwin should have had enough common sense to check that pistol when it was handed to him. That's all there is to it, folks. It's the first rule of gun safety. Always make sure that you check to see if the weapon is safe. Revolvers do not have safeties, so you check and keep your hand off the trigger, so you check to see if the damn weapon is loaded. If that one thing would have happened, then guess what? Halyna Hutchins would be alive today. So yeah, she could blame Halls, she could blame Baldwin, she can throw blame at the people responsible, sure. But at the end of the day, she then blames it on the fact that it was real guns. Well, maybe if the safety protocols and the corners weren't cut, this wouldn't have happened. Anyway, folks, that is going to be the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think of this? Do you think that Stacy Mickey Evans has a point? Or do you think that the safety protocol should be enforced? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below, folks. This has been Orange Hat Reviews. Stay humble.